When I was studying and writing this book, The Lord is My Shepherd, on the 23rd Psalm, I tried to pay particular attention to the prepositions. Even the small words in the Bible are very important. And notice this preposition, through, in verse 4. It says, "Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death." That indicates that this isn't a box canyon, or it's not a tunnel. We may go into the valley, but we come out on the other side. The Lord leads us through these things. And this is the point in the psalm in which the poem becomes a prayer. Until now, it's, "The Lord is my shepherd, He leads me." But now suddenly, "Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for You are with me." And the sheep begins communicating directly to the shepherd, and it becomes a prayer. And you go through the valley, the Lord will always lead us through to the other side. He knows how to bring us out of situations. The same God who let us in will lead us out. And on the other side, there are tablelands, because the next verse says, "You have prepared a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. My cup overflows. You anoint my head with oil." So in this migration, the shepherd is leading his sheep on righteous paths, on the right trails, through the valley, and on the other side, up in the higher elevations, there are the tablelands. This is sort of a wild area. There are predators there. There are animals that could hurt the sheep, but the shepherd is there to protect them, and so he spreads a tableland for me in the presence of mine enemies. We don't need to be afraid of these foes, because he's going to protect you wherever you are, at whatever stage in life, if he's your shepherd. And furthermore, he anoints your head with oil. When we were raising sheep, sometimes our sheep would get a cut or a nick, or they'd be wounded or injured in some way. We found that the best medication was olive oil. We could bathe that wound in olive oil. This is an old trick for people who raise and who show sheep, is olive oil, and that would heal it very quickly. And also, it says, "My cup overflows." And this is referring to the fact that in these high tableland areas, they didn't have the running brooks or the rivers or the lakes. They had to dig wells. There's a great deal about well digging in the book of Genesis, for example. And so the shepherd would haul up the water, fill the troughs, and he would give the sheep so much that their troughs, their cups, would overflow. That's the way the Lord wants to bless us. There's an old song that says, "My cup is spilling over and my saucer is full." And the Lord wants to bless you so richly that, just like that sheep in the 23rd Psalm, if He's your shepherd, you can say, "You prepare a table for me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, and today my cup is overflowing."